What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the South Point 400. Let's go just jump straight into it. This weekend, NASCAR is headed out to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the mile-and-a-half track out in the Las Vegas desert, in that area where we will also be starting off the round of 12 of the NASCAR Cup Series. Plus, it'll be the first race of 3 races in the round of 12. Before we take a look at the picks and the standings, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather actually looks really promising. Now, if you're going to Las Vegas this weekend, it is going to be very warm. The high for the day is 94 degrees with a low being 69 with only a 10% chance of rain. And when the green flag drops, it'll be around 90 degrees. So it's going to be really warm, but as the night goes on, it should cool off through the evening. Now, let's take a look at the playoff standings going in to start off the round of 12. So Kyle Larson starts 46 points above the cutoff line. Mark Truex Jr. currently sits 16 points above the cutoff line. Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin are tied with 11 points above the cutoff line. Kyle Busch is 9 points above the cutoff line. Chase Elliott sits 8 above the cutoff line. Alex Moore only sits 2 above the cutoff line. And William Byron sits a measly 1 point above the cutoff line. The 4 that are currently out at the moment, Joey Logano sits 1 point below the cutoff line. Brad Keselowski currently sits 6 points below the cutoff line. Christopher Bell sits 9 points below the cutoff line. And Kevin Harvick sits in last, 12 points below the cutoff line. These guys that are below the cutoff line are not too far back. They do have a chance if they're able to run well. They have a good chance to make it in, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. So now let's just jump into the picks. Now, we've had a couple new subscribers come in, so for those of you who are new to the channel, I do pick similar to the NASCAR Weekly podcast. I do suck picks, a driver that kind of runs up front, who's kind of struggled throughout the year, who's going to continue their struggles. Underdog pick, a driver that's kind of an underrated vehicle who runs well, or a driver that doesn't always run well, who's going to run up front. And I tell you who I think is going to win the race, and I will tell you who you need to keep an eye on for this weekend here at Las Vegas. So now let's jump into the picks. Who is my suck pick for this weekend at Las Vegas? My pick for this weekend at Las Vegas when it comes to the suck pick, this team has generally struggled throughout the year. Now, they have improved over time this year, but let's be real, the Stewart-Haas racing cars, especially with the 550 package and at Las Vegas the last time we were there, absolutely struggled. A lot of their cars ran outside the top 20. So my suck is going to be someone who started off the year on a terrible foot is going to go back to that normal. I think that Aric Almirola is going to struggle this weekend. Aric Almirola has decent stats here at Las Vegas, but like I said, the last time we ran at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Aric Almirola struggled and did not have as good of speed. So I don't think Aric Almirola is going to run well. I don't think Aric Almirola even cracks the top 20, especially since now that 10 team is no longer in the playoffs in the moment. That's another factor, I think, why Aric Almirola is going to struggle. I think Aric Almirola struggles, and I don't think he cracks the top 20 this weekend here at Las Vegas. And now we're going to jump onto the underdog pick. Who is my underdog pick for this weekend here at Las Vegas? Now, my underdog pick for this weekend, this driver is not currently sitting in the NASCAR Cup Series Plus. They missed the playoffs here. But I look back to last year's races in 2020, and he finished second in the spring race and second in the fall race. Keep in mind, strategy did help this guy to get up front in race number 2 and race number 1. But this guy, especially with the Team Penske cars, the Penske cars generally run up front, and they do have a major affiliation with the Team Penske cars. I think that Matt Benedetto is going to have a very strong run this weekend. He is my underdog pick. Like I said, I look at Matt Benedetto, especially since Matt Benedetto got Jonathan Hasser as a crew chief. I think Matt Benedetto has improved a lot on the racetrack, and I think that Matt Benedetto is going to get a really good run. I would not be shocked, to be honest with you, if he gets an upset victory at a track like Las Vegas. I would not be shocked, to be perfectly honest with you, if he does get the win. But I think that Matt Benedetto will potentially get a top 10 this weekend. Like I said, we don't know where he's going next year at the moment. I think that this run could be really important. I think that Matt Benedetto will be your underdog this weekend and one you need to keep an eye out for. And now we're going to jump on to the winner's pick. Who is my winner's pick for this weekend here at Las Vegas? Now, usually I would pick a Team Penske car going into this weekend. But I am going to pick the guy who won the last time we were here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And this was his guy's first win since his return after his suspension. My winner's pick is going to be Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson has been absolutely outstanding on the mile-and-a-half tracks. He's won a couple mile-and-a-halves here. Won at Las Vegas, won the Coke 600, and he has a lot of momentum as he won last week at Bristol, and I do think that momentum is going to carry him, especially since the Hendrick cars have ran really well on the mile-and-a-half tracks really throughout the entire year. I think Kyle Larson is going to have a really strong run, and I think he's going to lock his way into the round of 8 with the win at Las Vegas and not have to worry about the chaos and craziness at Talladega and the Charlotte Roval. I think Kyle Larson will score the victory this weekend and lock his way into the round of 8. And now we're going on to the ones you need to keep an eye on for this weekend here at Las Vegas. who are the ones you need to watch? My first one you need to keep an eye on is going to be Joey Logano. Joey Logano does have a few wins here. He won this race back in 2020 and also won this race in 2019 as well. And like I mentioned with Matt Benedetto, the Team Penske cars tend to run really, really well. Now, Joey Logano, like I said, like I said, Joey Logano has not been really that great so far in the NASCAR Cup Series. Plus, he's been really inconsistent. That being said, though, I think Joey Logano is going to really turn the corner and really turn it around, and I think he's going to have a very strong run. I don't think he's going to win the race this weekend, but I think Joey Logano is going to do enough to get himself at least above the cutoff line and make sure he has a good position going to Talladega, where he seems to be really good at. I think Joey Logano is the first one you need to keep an eye on this weekend. The second one you need to watch out for, I think, is going to be Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney has been historically pretty good at the track like Las Vegas. He's ran a lot of times in the top 5 and top 10. On top of that, Ryan Blaney has been really good in this round of the NASCAR Cup Series Plus, and I think that is going to come into for him have an opportunity to be able to make it to the next round. I think Ryan Blaney will have a top 5 run this weekend here at Las Vegas. The third driver we need to watch out for, I believe, is going to be Kyle Busch. I think that this 18 team is going to be putting a lot of their ace into this race for a lot of reasons, because if you look at the upcoming 2 races that Kyle Busch has, Kyle Busch is historically not that great, and Kyle Busch is going to need to have a very strong run. I think he's going to be able to do it, to be honest with you. I think Kyle Busch is going to be able to have enough speed to have a good run. I think Kyle Busch will get a top 5. Plus, Kyle does have a win here back in 2009, but it's been a long time since he won. But Kyle Busch ran really, really well in the mile-and-a-half tracks as well. It seems like he's been really good with the 550 package. I think Kyle Busch will also have a great run this weekend here at Las Vegas. And the final driver you need to keep an eye on is going to be Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's probably been the second best driver currently in the NASCAR Cup Series Plus, and he never really can keep Denny Hamlin out. On top of that, in 2020 last year in the fall race, Denny Hamlin him and Chase Elliott pretty much had the best cars in the event. And I think that speed is going to matter a lot, and I think Denny Hamlin will do very well, and I think he will come out of this race with a top 5 this weekend. So, just a reminder, let's look at my picks. My suck pick is Eric Almirola. My underdog pick is Matt Benedetto. And my winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones you need to keep an eye on are Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin. So, anyway, those are my race picks for the South Point 400. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications so you're notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and support me on Patreon. Let's get you below for that and combo your picks below for this weekend here at Las Vegas. Who is your suck pick? Who is your underdog pick? Who is your winner's pick? And who are you keeping an eye on for this weekend? Who could potentially steal the win from my guy this weekend here at Las Vegas? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.